What's good, superstars? Back with another living out of my brokerage account video. Today we're gonna go through what's been happening in the last couple weeks. Last week I did not put up a video. I did record one, but I didn't have the time to edit it. Did not have a class. It's spring break up here in Canada was last week, so you know what? I said forget it. I didn't want to put it up 2 days later and not be current with the times. Not that any time has helped over the last week. It's been a very, very bad week, as you will see here in just a second. But I want to go through the cash flow diagram for this scenario that I'm doing here. Basically, money from my paycheck gets deposited. Half of it's going into the margin account, half of it's going into TFSA. I've changed this to be 50-50. It used to be 60% growth, 60% TFSA. But since I am investing into the TFSA with growth right now, at the moment, it doesn't really matter. And I'm trying to grow that TFSA side a little bit more in order to be able to switch all of those funds over into high yielding cover call ETFs, etc. When the time comes, in order to be able to use that to pay off my expenses. So right now the goal is to grow the TFSA as big as possible. But anyway, 50% goes in the margin account. If the margin grows at any point in the near term, which we have not seen since October, any of those growth openings, like the extra margin availability that I have, if I'm over 50% equity, let's say I get to like 65% equity, I have some money in there that I can start playing some put credit spreads or options or whatever. So that's what I'll do with that, and that kind of just helps to feed the account. Also, any money that I'm paying bills with is coming directly from margin. I started out at 70% of my expenses to be paid by a margin. Now I'm pretty much up to 100%. Other deposits, anything that I get, like I have promotions on my Wealthsimple account, those go directly into the margin account to pay down margin. I don't invest them because then I would have to have a margin requirement. So I'd lose like 30% of that money towards the margin pay down. So I'm going to just pay directly down the margin. The TFSA side, I do have a couple funds still from when I initially started. I was putting into high yield covered call funds. Those help to offset the margin costs, the interest on the margin. So that's what we're doing there. But any other distributions that I get from month to month be reinvested into the high yielding funds. And if I need to up my equity, this is what I've been doing. I've been taking some money from the RSP, which I've had balloon on me. Obviously, want to make sure that stays in check because I don't want to be having to take out too much in retirement. So I can take some from the RSP, pay the taxes now. It is what it is, but use that to top up the account to help the equity stay around 50%. So what you're going to see here is basically the current status of the portfolio. So at the top here you can see my breakdown. What I plan to do is the targets in yellow and actual is the green. I did have this at 60-40, so the actual is a little bit higher and lower on the high yield, but we're going to try and get that back to 50-50. This should just say TFSA or TFSA because right now we're not focusing on high yield over there. But anyways, we got single stocks, indexes, and growth in commodities and cryptos. This is the breakdown that I'm aiming for, and then same for the high yield or TFSA. But right now, currently in the TFSA, I've been putting a lot into XEQT as my growth fund. It's total market. I do have some VT. This is for my American dollars when I do have them, and I'm going to look to balance this a little bit better once Wealthsimple comes out with journaling, and I can do Norbert's Gambit, save some money on the conversion between Canadian and US. So for now, I'll throw it into XEQT. When that comes out, I'll balance it out and have, I think, around 50% into XEQT, 50% into VT. And these are my current numbers. These are what I hold right now. Everything is getting smashed. This used to be a completely green portfolio. Now we're down 4% on the growth side, which is pretty in line with S&P. I think S&P is down a little bit over 5%. So we're doing okay on the growth side. This side here is getting schmangled. We're like 20% down. At the beginning, we lost around, you can see it here in Canadian, we lost around $1,500. Now, overall, we are down over $5,000, which is crazy. We're at 41% equity. I've put $10,000 in this month from RSP to top it up. Next month, we're going to have to put in a decent amount of change to top it up as well. You can see we're using $27,000 in margin, and the current portfolio is $47,000. So yeah, we are below that 50% by quite a decent margin with this downtrend that we've been seeing in the market. Margin available to take out is around $3,000 if I were to want to withdraw to pay off some stuff. So definitely need a little bit of a green market hopefully soon, but we don't know. This is the markets, the war in Iran and all that stuff is going on, uneasiness with the AI, a lot of things playing against the market right now, but we continue to stick to the program. This is so far where we're at. Actually, this week I did not invest my funds yet. The market was just on a straight downward trend. I should have invested it. I was kind of busy, but Monday I'll probably put the funds in from this week paycheck. So currently I've contributed 7,500. I've spent 5,900, and the expense ratio right now 79%, but that will get to 100%. I will spend 100 or close to it, I think. Especially this month we have some bigger expenses. You can see, though, overall the total portfolio value is growing. Obviously we put $10,000 in from the RSP. That's going to help grow the portfolio value, and both portfolios are up because we have invested into them, not because they have grown in value. It's just because we've invested into them. Over time we hope to grow the potential TFSA monthly dividends until we get to around 40%. Then we'll decide if we want to go to 100% or if we want to keep making it grow in growth. We'll decide when we get there, but right now it's looking like we will have 100% of our expenses covered around year 7 with the current downtrend in the market. If the market does well, that will pull up. You can see I keep moving these phases around, but it doesn't really matter. We need to see some green days ahead, or else we're just going to take longer and longer to get to the goal. But that is what happens in this type of scenario. You guys let me know how you guys doing in your journey so far. Right now we have dividends that are coming in. So this month we're around 89 bucks, so close to last month. I think we're actually going to surpass last month's dividends, even though we're not really investing too much into dividends. Just whatever we get here, we've been reinvested. Like I invested that $91 back into high yields, and this month the 89 will get reinvested into high yields. We've dropped from here because we have converted our portfolio over from 100%, or the TFSA from 100% high yielding funds into a lot of XEQT, and just kept a few around. So this will slowly snowball, but that's not the goal right now. The goal is to grow that portfolio as large as possible. This way at the end we can convert it into the higher yielding funds, get them TFSA tax free, and use those to pay expenses, and then the rest is gravy, right? So that is the goal. I want to hear from you guys, because obviously it's been terrible. It's been a terrible couple weeks. I think that our strategy is still our strategy. We're sticking to it. Right now some people say stocks are cheap. Are they cheap? We don't know what the trend is going to be, but we're going to keep accumulating assets and trying to match our targets here, and I'll just keep going that way. I'm not too worried just yet. We've seen a big drawback. It could keep going. Gotta have the stomach for this. The goal is, or the hope is, that over time we grow the portfolio quicker because we have more shares accumulated during these times. It's scary times, and this is, I think, what separates people who are scared. They run away, and then when the hype comes back, they jump back in. But if I'm hoping, and I don't know anything, but I'm hoping if I'm buying now, if the market does turn, I'll be happy that I did so. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this. Like I said, I would love to hear from you, your investment journeys. Have you been scared off right now with all this downtrend and FUD in the markets? Let me know in the comments down below. If you're new here, subscribe to see what happens here. Am I going to lose more and more money, or are we going to start to make a turnaround story here? You guys got to check the following videos. Also, I'm going to do a snowball update next week. If you don't know, I'm doing a daily snowball where every single day I buy a share into an ETF or a stock, and I have AI assisting me. It's a great series. You can go check that out on the channel. But next week we'll give an update on that. So guys, we'll see you in the next one. I love you. Bye.